listening to the Medic Materials Podcast, hosted by Mike Turek, Emily Yates, Kelsey Coons, and Gerard Cuomo. Each month, we discuss EMS news, medical science, and review actual EMS calls, bringing many educational opportunities to the listener. Portions of the calls have been altered to protect the privacy and identity of all involved.
Hello and welcome everyone back to the Medic Materials Podcast. A little bit different. We're not on the 1st and we're not on the 15th of the month, gentlemen. It's kind of a new era has set amongst the show.
Yes, a more user-friendly era.
That's
so
true.
Just Fridays. That's it. Take all the thought process out of it.
Yep, I love it.
But your face is still priceless when your voice comes on.
Oh, I know. And no one can see it because I don't show the video of you guys until we go, to...
I wasn't expecting it.
We've done, 80 episodes now, and you're still like...
So, I'm so used to Fridays being Fridays.
That's
so
true.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, I got my spiked grape drink.
Yep.
And, yep.
Grape drink.
And, yeah, I'm just sitting here and, chilling, and all of a sudden there's my voice. It's like, oh, shit.
So that is one thing that has drastically changed is that, we used to do the podcast every 1st and 15th of the month. Starting today, the 21st of April, we're now doing it every other week on Friday. So the next podcast will be live on May 5th, I believe. And the 5th, the Cinco de Mayo. And then of course, podcast leads directly into end of tour for the conclusion hour until 11 o'clock. So that's the plan. If you're a traditional listener, don't catch us on the stream and stuff like that. That's fine. The normal ways of listening to the MP3s that you download from, Spotify and Google and all that will still happen. They'll probably just be up tomorrow.
I know. I already mentioned that. Sorry.
Cronuts?
No, yeah, I won't be present on the 5th. The 5th.
Oh, man, I don't know if that's allowed.
Yeah.
Aren't you here the 5th?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
What's the reason I'm there for?
Is that on the 5th?
Uh-huh.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I got you.
I said it. I told you.
I know, and I forget things,
Mm-hmm.
Aircept.
Yeah, right. That's probably I probably need that by now. But if you've never listened to the show before, this is our 62nd episode of the free version of the podcast. We have an additional 20 on Patreon. So we've done 82 episodes of the show so far. And it's a lot of fun, but we heavily talk about medicine and what we would do with certain calls and, how we would run through different, diagnoses and stuff like that. Tonight, we're actually going to be talking about a little bit of EMS news into a topic that we kind of branched into last night when we were recording the latest Patreon, Gerard, in that we brought up medication errors and how we should, kind of not be making them in the 21st century. And so I think once we talk about the news article, I think we can get more into the medication error side of things. But the chat is up. If you guys want to be a part of the stream, the chat is going. I will talk to you all night long through that. Don't forget that.
No.
What?
Sorry. Good.
So let's get into today's rig check. And
we're actually doing news. This is like the third time.
This is the third time. How dare we do more EMS news, right? So in today's rig check, I want to remind you guys to support the podcast and the stream by subscribing. We're near our 50 subscribers on the stream. So if you're not subscribed, hit that big red subscribe button. Hit the follow on Facebook. Also, you know, if you are into Instagram or TikTok, follow us there as well.
Well, while you can.
Huh?
I said while you can.
Right, exactly. While you can. You can also support the stream in a monetary donation way. The link is in the show notes or the description of the stream if you want to send us something. Again, all proceeds from that go directly back into the Medic Materials brand. Also, guys, do not forget that the podcast, you can listen to the podcast and get New York State CME credit. So go on to Medic Materials, CME Academy.thinkific.com and check out what we have to offer. It is free to, sign up and then check out what we have to offer there. And this month, we want to shout out to our latest Patreon tie and our amazing listeners in Kansas and Morocco today.
Ooh.
Yeah, so...
Grand Souk in Morocco.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring up a article that I came across perusing Facebook one day.
And, you do a lot of that.
You know, I do peruse a lot.
You're a peruser.
I am such a peruser. It's
See, I'm a browser.
Okay, well, I mean, you know.
I browse.
You browse, I peruse. I don't know.
Yeah. Woo!
Justin, how are you, sir?
So
this was posted on April 11th of this year. And we're going to Utah. So if you guys haven't heard the the Gwendolyn Donner case, not like
hold on.
No, not like Donner Pass.
Hold on. The person's name is Donner, and they're out like where that fucking shit happened. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
I mean, they might be
on the Oregon Trail.
Yup.
You know,
I couldn't tell you if it's long lost relative that wasn't in the Donner Pass party.
Yeah.
Who knows?
She caught up to you.
Her best friend's blitzing. I don't know.
Hold on, isn't that Don Durr? Isn't there it's not Donner, it's Don Durr?
What planet are you from? Oh, it's Donner.
Are you sure?
On Donner, on Blitzen. He doesn't say on Donder. You know, on Donder.
Okay. Whatever. Sure. I believe you guys.
On Comet, on Cupid. Yeah. There's no D in Donder.
But there could be, and you just don't say it.
No, there's no D.
There's no D.
News to me. So, anywho, as we're talking about this, so the whole article starts with parents of a 19-year-old woman, this Gwendolyn Donner, died after a head-on collision in 2021. The parents filed a lawsuit against 7 Utah medical agencies plus individual first responders on Tuesday. All right.
So who died? Because the way you just read that, it sounded like the parents died.
The parents filed the lawsuit. The 19-year-old girl died. Okay. So the complaint alleges that Gwendolyn Donner, 19, of Casper, Wyoming, was injected with, and I'm not hitting my buzzer, 500 milligrams of ketamine by first responders on the scene, which, according to this report, is over 16 times the max dose authorized by the state and county.
Oh my God.
It goes on to say that the lawsuit filed by her parents, Brett Donner and Heather Myers, further claims that the first responders failed to give Donner BVM ventilations, causing a fatal anoxic brain injury. Donner was pronounced dead at the medical center around 29 hours later. So
you gave somebody a massive dose of ketamine and you don't even have a pulse ox on?
Nope. Well, I don't know. That I don't know. I can only go off of what, I'm reading here, and I don't know whether or not they did. I'm assuming they didn't do end tidal because they didn't do BVM. But
even with a pulse ox, just regular, hooked up to the monitor, you should be able to say, "Hey, look, that's going down. We should probably do
something about that, right?" Yeah. Nope. I don't think anything like that was done in the slightest.
Oh, I know what happened. I know exactly what happened.
Oh, okay. Just throw it out there.
Here
what
it
happened?
is. Ready?
I'm ready.
They juiced her, hooked her up to all the shit, had the volumes on their monitor turned down. They're in the captain's chair doing their chart. Because that's the only way someone's going to fucking go unresponsive and stop breathing and you not even fucking notice.
Yeah.
Why was the initial dose that high to begin with?
Well, so that's what we're ultimately going to get into. If I can actually, let's see, where the fuck?
Finish the story without being interrupted.
That's what I was going to say. But I didn't want to.
No, I'm totally fucking everything over here. I'm trying to fix something and I can't fix it. So you guys are just going to have to wait for me. So, boop. There we go. All right, cool. This is why I can't have nice things in a stream.
Riveting conversation.
Well, you guys could have spoken. So as this continues, the plaintiffs also allege that EMS providers concealed the ketamine dose, respiratory arrest, and anoxic brain injury Donner suffered, even after confirming and documenting the brain injury as a cause of death. And then it goes on that video evidence reportedly shows a provider at the crash. So ultimately what caused this was this girl, this 19-year-old, was driving, gets into a car accident because a dude drove the wrong way, smashed into her car because they were high on meth.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, and that's ultimately how this whole thing started.
So she's like, "Oh, look, an ambulance. I'm saved."
Right.
And
so
the guy has no car insurance on his car, so they sued the people with the insurance.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I mean, who knows?
It kind of sounds like.
Look at me making accusations.
Well, it kind of sounds like perfect.
So I'm looking at a different report here. So Donner and her boyfriend were traveling eastbound on I-215 when they were struck head on by a man high on meth driving the wrong direction.
I just laughed.
What was that?
I don't know why I just laughed at that. Go ahead.
Because you were thinking eastbound or down.
I was.
So, when it says, when we first arrived at the hospital, she was there. She had broken bones in her legs and one arm. Not like one arm amputated, but broken bones in one arm.
One arm.
Yeah.
Well, there's your problem.
There's your problem, right? Yeah, that's where all the ketamine was for.
Yeah.
But
it just spurted out the end and you're done.
Yep.
When in one side came out the other.
But the mom also said that she was going to be just fine. But they go on and say that evening things took a drastic turn. Gwen didn't wake up and never did. It's just the doctors never, quote, it's just the doctors never could clearly articulate the link between those injuries. And then after hours and hours of saying she's going to wake up and she's going to be fine, then telling us the exact opposite, that she wouldn't. It was then that they went to the lawyers filing for med records, which revealed that her daughter died of an anoxic brain injury. And they later learned that first responders gave Donner 16 times the maximum dose of ketamine after the car collision.
So if they hit it, how did they find out about it?
Well, who knows? I am not at liberty to give you that good information.
Did they actually document that they gave 500 milligrams?
Well, so there's a different...
If they did, good on them. That's what you're supposed to do. But you should also call the hospital and say, hey, by the way, guess what we did?
Right. There's
you might want to do something.
There's other evidence that I'm getting to that shows why they say 500. So let's see. They say that her brain would go without oxygen for upwards of 7 to 10 minutes. Let's see. After battling, this is the big thing. After battling for months, the mom and her lawyers finally obtained body camera footage of the response to the crash, where a paramedic with the city fire department said that she gave, the paramedic gave this patient 500 milligrams of ketamine. Literally said it. The lawsuit claims...
Knew exactly what she did.
Yep. The lawsuit claims, and this is verbatim from the article.
Hold on. Slow clap for fire paramedicine.
Yeah. So, the lawsuit claims the paramedic stated panically in the body camera video she wasn't supposed to give her that much. So anyway, she stopped breathing now, end quote. Yeah,
whoopsie.
Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Start doing some baggy.
So, but clearly,
I'm late for Job Town. I gotta go. Sorry.
There's a kitchen fire somewhere. I gotta go.
There's an auto alarm activation. I gotta get out of here.
So it says here that there's further quotes from this body video. I quote, "I gave her 500 of ketamine. I told her what it was. She gave the whole damn thing. She wasn't supposed to give her that much."
So this is somebody talking about the person who actually administered it.
I guess so, because it just says video evidence reportedly shows a provider at the crash site saying.
Okay, so this almost sounds like maybe the EMT was like, holy shit, she just gave the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd love to see what people in the chat have to say about this. There's some people being like, holy crap, 500 mgs, that's bonkers. But yeah, I mean, this is
an IV, no less.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
And they're probably like, woohoo! Oh no.
So, but even oh no, why didn't they do anything once it became oh no? And now we don't have how long this transport was. We don't have anything like that. So they might have given this ketamine 2 minutes before they walked in the door and never saw the change.
The hospital's 5 minutes away. So,
even if it's 5 minutes away, they go ahead and they push that 5 minutes. Okay, you're just going to be getting those effects starting right about the time that they start getting out of their truck.
But we did something.
But I mean, they did something, all right. They absolutely did something. So I kind of want to go, before we start talking about med errors and stuff like that, I kind of want to get your guys' thoughts to, I know we don't have a lot of facts here. It's a fairly slim article. But this is not the first ketamine thing that we've talked about. It's not the first time ketamine's been in the news. What do you guys think about another article based off of the misuse of ketamine causing someone their life and EMS?
I think it's I'm not going to equate it to a lot of the other things that are going on right now, but you can make your own dots. You'll figure it out one. But it's the jangly key. Hey, look at the keys, ding, ding, ding. Look at what we got over here. Let's not pay attention to everything else that's wrong with the system. But we have something that'll make a headline, so we're just going to focus on that and forget about all the other good, administrations of ketamine that have actually done good for people. We're going to forget that. We're just going to focus on the moron that fucked up.
I think, that is part of the perspective, right? That's what news does. It focuses not on the good part that just happened, but all of the bad things that actually happen off of it. You look at all
many people are alive today because we administered ketamine as our induction and our sedation afterwards.
Right. And that's it. But
just with you and me, there's 2 or 3
at least.
Well, except for the first one. Mulligan.
We were gonna go there. Hey, that verse said worked like a charm.
Did exactly what it was supposed to do. Yep.
About
5 milligrams of it.
About 10 minutes too early.
Yep.
But so
I think my first verse was, I don't think she's breathing.
Like, what? So
I think I'm really quiet. Damn.
So Butch, what are your kind of thoughts about this?
Like I said, the problem is they focus on that, and they just I had a thought and G just ruined it for me.
Well, just excuse the shit out of me.
Yeah, jerk.
Dumbass.
I'll just go on mute.
You suck, you jackass.
And yeah, it's just they in EMS they always seem to dumb it down to the least common denominator.
What was that sound?
That was a car going by Butch's house.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Continue.
It's Fast and Furious out here this time of year. They got
yeah, I heard that.
You got Dominic and
Yeah, Paul Walker. R.I.P. Yeah, good.
They always take it every little thing and dumb it down to the dumbest common denominator in EMS. So you do something stupid like this, and now it's like, oh, we got to pull ketamine from everybody. New York State's trying to push this bill now where we're taking ketamine away. And I don't know if you've read this bill or not. Have you seen any of this?
No. Enlighten.
Oh yeah, now that they're trying to pass a bill now that says it's focused mostly on ketamine, but now it says any injectable medication you have to get the patient's permission from the patient before you get the medication. If you don't,
do that when they're in Wisconsin.
Well, so
it's a class E felony if you don't.
So okay,
injectable medication, yeah.
Well, that means everything's BLS now.
Well, not so much. This kind of goes to what we were talking about last night, and we'll get to again. But I think if this is it, there is one ground rule to live by. Yes, a lot of people are going to have problems because how do you do that with an unresponsive or altered patient? But if they write it in there that we have to do this on all, GCS of 15 and awake and alert patients, I'm okay with that. I don't.
So now we have to have them sign. That says yes, I'm okay with getting an injection.
Yep,
every IV.
The words say ketamine specifically, but then it says any other injectable medication. You have
every time. So every time you inject Fran, then something else, and it's another signature.
Every medication that's injectable has to have the permission from the patient.
Well, I mean, permission from the patient is different than a signature.
You got cameras and recording devices that can prove that they gave permission.
I would love.
How many times you walk into an ER with a patient though, and they tell you in the back of the ambulance, I have no pain, I have no chest pains, I have no stomach pain. You walk in the ER, it's like,
I got 57 on 10 pain.
This is the big one, Elizabeth. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a headache and I'm like really, really. Do like 10 minutes ago, you were telling me a joke about whatever. Yeah.
You guys are not wrong. I just I don't see the major problem. How is that a problem?
Okay, so
excited excited delirium patients.
Again,
Yeah.
if there
When
is
they're-
a
what-
if there is a
how-
caveat, hold on.
how-
If there is a
There's no
caveat,
caveat. If you
But
read
that's
the
it.
bill, there's no caveat. You need their permission before you give them anything.
okay,
So you know what that's going to be.
That's a problem.
I can't do anything. I can't do anything, officer. You tase him.
And then some cops will be like, "Ah, just give him ketamine."
No, I can't do it anymore.
You
officer.
can't.
Yep.
You
Go
can't.
ahead and tase.
I'd like to see the bill. If you could send it to me, that'd be awesome.
I think
'cause
I think I have
I'd
my
love to
phone. I'll
read
send
it.
it to you.
But yeah,
I'll give you
I
two
think-
options. I'll give you two options, officer. You can either tase him or you can Narcan him, or both.
or both.
Or
You know,
or
and-
shoot it, but yeah, let's.
So, yes, I can see where it would become problematic if the bill goes in and there is no
Oh.
caveats for anything. Right?
Anaphylaxis. Tammy just said.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What if you're at that point where you ain't talking, you're trying to get air into your fucking body? Oh, here, sign here, would you please, so I can give you what you need to, live.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing that there's problems if it is a flat out one-sided bill that says we can't do this under any circumstances unless. However,
It wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, it's the fucking state of New York. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if they do that. You know?
Yep.
But and then I'm sure that, Hochul will sit there and write a fucking book about all the people she didn't kill, by doing it. Yeah. That'll happen. But yeah, I think, I'm not opposed to the patient being involved in their care. I'm not like we were talking, perfect example, right? We were talking last night when we recorded the Patreon episode about the like checklist on the side of the ambulance, right? I can do that, right? Because it's a form of informed consent, right? You have all the meds, you have all the concentrations and dosages that you give and how you should be giving it and what's it for. Cool.
Right.
Hey, Gerard, you got nausea. I want to give you Zofran. There's Zofran. This is what it looks like. It's 4 milligrams. It's for nausea and blah, 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 blah. And they go, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. But
If you're a decent paramedic, if you're a shitty paramedic, you're still going to, before you give anything, you're going to tell your patient what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Please.
It's what you fucking do.
It's what you think people do. Right?
Well, I don't know what I do, so.
But okay, that's the difference between certain providers out there, right? We always talk about the lowest common denominator. There are a ton of patients or a ton of providers that don't talk to their patients and just start giving shit.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I've worked with them. Like, it's wild. They just, They say, the one that I always loved was, I worked with a paramedic in the city just south of here, and, commercial agency, and we didn't have fentanyl at the time. We only gave morphine. And, it was 5 milligrams, boom, boom, boom. And every single time that paramedic gave Zofran with the morphine, never once told their patient they were getting 2 drugs. Never once.
Wow.
Just would, oh, okay, cool, that's in. All right, now you're getting the morphine.
Yeah. I mean, and again, it's like, even with, I'll go off on a fucking morphine tangent. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I'm doing meds, I always say, I'm going to give you this medication. This is what you can expect to feel from it. You might feel this, you might feel that,
Right.
And I always ask
why
them,
I want to give it to you.
Yeah, well, I want to do it. Do you even want it? I mean, some people just don't want medications.
Right.
They just don't want them.
Right. I mean,
I would like to give you this because of A, B, C, and D.
Right. And so, someone in the chat says, if the patient is altered mental and says, I don't want to go to the hospital, we still take them to the hospital. So I guess it's kind of the same thing. If they're unresponsive or altered mental, we still go through with what we are going to do.
But there's.
I sent you guys a copy of the bill. Look at the bill.
My question is there anything in that bill that says there is implied consent?
Nope.
So if it doesn't recognize that, then it doesn't recognize it. And all a lawyer cares about in the courtroom is what it says on paper.
Right. Is what. Yeah. It'll definitely be interesting. I think I'm going to read this and then, because it's lawyer ease and I actually want to understand what I'm reading. But
yeah, I sent it to you too.
Yeah, I just literally opened it. And we'll come back to it, because I think it's something that we have to talk about.
Send it to him.
Yeah.
She can look at it when she's out there.
Want to send it to Tammy too?
Yep.
Yes, please.
So in your
send it to my attorney.
So in your guys' opinions, like, where do we go with med errors and so before I go there, I found a study here. It was more of a survey, but they call it a study. So let's see. This looked at, this was dated 2016. So a little older, right? That's 7 years ago, but I'm sure that this only has gotten worse, so total of 352 surveys were returned. Paramedics were the only ones surveyed. They asked paramedics with a median of 8.5 years of field experience. They averaged a work week or a work month of 11 shifts a month with an average shift of 25.4 hours and 6.7 calls a shift.
That's the sad part right there.
Yeah.
And that's probably where your med administration errors come from.
Well, so this is...
Because you're legally drunk after about 16, 17 hours.
16 hours, you blow well over a 0.08. So 32 responding paramedics, or 9.1%, reported committing a med error in the past 12 months. Types of errors included dose-related errors, 63%, protocol errors, 33%, wrong route errors, 21%, and wrong medication errors, 4%. Then they throw in the highlighted caveat to this, which I don't believe in the slightest, is it says issues identified in contributing to the errors include failure to triple check, infrequent use of the med, dosage calculation error, and incorrect dosage given. Fatigue, training, and equipment setup of the drug box were not listed as any contributing factor.
Wow.
I find that to be a bunch of bullshit.
No. Was it not listed, or was it just that because people know what the fuck they're getting at, so they don't bother to mention it?
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, they're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, I was fucking tired. I couldn't see straight."
Right.
3 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, I just ran my dick off for 12 hours. Nope. Yeah. So the majority of these errors were self-reported to their QI representative, 79.1%, with 8.3% reported by the base hospital radio nurse, 8.3 found on chart review, and 4.2 noted by the paramedic during the call, but never reported. So yeah, I mean, like, this is an old survey. I'd love to see a new study done. Well, there's never going to be a perfect scenario because providers are going to lie. Like, they're going to fudge charts and do creative accounting in their charting so that, yeah, I gave all that, ketamine, or yeah, I gave this drug when, they'll figure out a way. How many people actually report it? Or would on a survey? Like, yeah, I fucked up once. How many people are actually going to do that? So where do we get down to fixing these kind of med errors? Like,
Unfortunately, it's all provider accountability. I mean, you have to be truthful with yourself and your charting to make it work. You know.
agreed. But is there something, we can train people, to not make the error. But, Gerard says all the time, if it was built by man, it's built to fail. Well, we're human, right? We're going to make mistakes. Gerard and I's med error was simple lack of communication and me doing one wrong thing, and thank God it didn't.
You did one wrong thing. I did one wrong thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Communication wise, yeah.
Oh, she printed it out.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that'll be next episode.
Yeah.
We'll come back and figure out the bill.
But no, so like with ours, you made a mistake. So it's always like we talk about. And if you're if you're new here, go back, watch the episodes, or listen to the podcast episode. You'll hear us talking about the chain of events, right? It's an error chain. So nothing just happens and oh shit, that just happened. Except when wheels fall off ambulances.
Boom.
But
I'm sorry, I had something on my nose there.
Yeah. Look into
my eye.
So, it's always a chain of events that lead up to the fuck up. So if it's someone who's fatigued and exhausted, well, okay, they're tired. They didn't get enough sleep. There's some catalyst over here that caused the effect over here. So like for ours, it was he drew up the med and handed it to me and said 2.5. And in his mind, he's telling me administer 2.5.
Right.
When he handed me the syringe full of medication and he said 2.5, my mind went, oh, there's 2.5 in here.
Yep.
Okay.
Boom. And the wild and crazy thing, Gerard, that we don't. I mean, we've talked about our med error a lot on the show because hey, I went in front of the medical director and I learned my lesson. I got re-educated and I changed my practice so it doesn't happen again. Because again, I used to drop all hey, I'm given 2.5 of Versed, I'm gonna drop all 5. I no longer do that. And and that's how this error ended up happening. And
I went and got glasses when I did mine.
Yeah.
Because that was the cause of mine.
Right.
And I misread the dosage or not the dosage, the concentration on the vial because I needed glasses.
Right. You couldn't see what you were doing.
I was like,
yeah, they look good on you.
That's a 3, huh?
And the wild
and it was a 5.
Yeah, and the wild and crazy part about ours, and I'm sure this happens a lot, is I didn't ever realize there was an error until I dropped the patient off. I came back, I started charting, and I was doing my NARC paperwork, and I was like, where's my waste? I didn't waste at the hospital.
No.
So I fucking 2:00 in the morning, I call you. I'm like, hey, where the fuck is this med? And you're just like, I gave it. I'm like, you gave all of it? And
well,
you're
yeah.
like, yeah.
All 2.5.
And I was like, we gave double what we were supposed to. And you're like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, oh. So, but I didn't even know until hours later.
And the same thing with mine. We came back from going all the way south to the the big city, and I come back, and to me the only thing weird was the patient acted a little weirder than normal that I'm used to people acting when I push that medication. Speaking of, it was ketamine, and because nothing in this industry is standardized. All of a sudden I pull out this vial, and I'm like, I know that's not the concentration, but maybe they got a new supplier. I don't know. That's a 3.
And how often does that happen nowadays?
It happens all the time. So that's why it was in my head.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, maybe they got a new supplier and it's just new concentration, you know what I mean? Or we get them, you know, now the cardism's a powder and you got to mix it and shit, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I was like, all right, well, I'll just draw that up and I'll just readjust. And that's what I did. And now my patient's, you know, fucking, and he's all fucking in La La Land seeing pink elephants. And I get back and I'm like, all right, let's take a look. Same thing. And now I'm in the light. I look at the vial and I was like, oh shit. So I guess unlike this person, I actually went and got our ops manager and said, hey, dude, we need to call the hospital. I fucked up.
Right. And honestly, honesty is the best policy here, because if you just go, yep, nope, I didn't do a damn thing, and you don't tell the hospital, this kind of shit happens. You know, because they're looking at broken bones trying to figure out why they're seeing pink elephants flying in the sky. And it's like, unless they do a tox screen and hopefully find it,
they're never going to know.
They're never going to fucking know, you know?
Yep.
So again, I come back to, where are the solutions? Like, what can the provider, I mean, the provider really, it's on the provider to be due diligent in their own practice. But talking to the administrators out there, because we talk to the administrators a lot, is there something at the admin level that they can do to cut down on med errors?
So yeah, it's called first have an open mind. So just because you've always done it a certain way, and it's just the way it is, and this is how I run my fucking ship upon the sea, don't mean you're fucking right.
Yep.
Right.
And don't mean that there's not a better way.
Right.
So humble yourself a little bit, you know, come down off the fucking, you know, Crystal Palace and realize you have a problem, or there's a potential problem.
That's the bigger thing, the potential problem. Right.
Right. So here's something that you can take from my former life that would solve a lot of these problems. Checklist usage. Put checklists in the fucking ambulances. You print them out, you laminate them, you punch a fucking hole, you put a ring in it, and you hang it somewhere in the back of the rig. And no matter what you're going to do, go to the checklist.
Right.
All right. And so in the cockpit, we call it challenge and response. So you've seen it all in the movies, right? You know, flaps, check. Landing gear, check. You know, I say it, the other person says what it is.
Yeah.
Challenge and response, right? So if we could adopt a system like that, where you're in the back and, you know, when you have the extra person there, you know, your EMT, your partner, you know, second paramedic, whatever.
Right.
You know, do the challenge and response.
When
you're going to do something like that.
Could you do it like, again, going back to the patient, right? Could you do it with the patient even if they're alert and can talk to you like, hey, I want to give you fentanyl for pain. You know, my dosage here is 50 mics. Here's the vial. What does it say? It says fentanyl.
Vocalize.
Awesome.
Vocalize.
Right.
You know, if no other provider is in the back, you put a placard. If you're by yourself, vocalize out loud, you know, in a tone of voice in which everybody can hear what you're doing step by step.
Yeah.
Because even if, you know, if you're in certain things that were, you know, like single pilot and stuff, you still have a cockpit area mic. So you always talk out loud, which is why you always see me like in the back. I got diarrhea of the mouth. I will always be talking what I'm doing.
Yep.
You know, okay, we're going to do this. I'm spiking the bag. I got the sharp out. I got that. Yeah, everybody knows what I'm doing, even though it might not concern them or they're doing their own thing. You know, so it's just force a habit for me. But it's a great habit, and it's something that everybody should get into because it helps stop fuck-ups.
Yeah, absolutely,
you know? And
it does.
Yeah, and speaking of cockpit area mics, you know, we should have some kind of sound recording system at the very least, you know, a voice recorder, so that you know you're being heard.
Right.
So go ahead and spit that out so that you're heard saying, I am now administering 50 micrograms of fentanyl.
Right.
IV push.
And this is where I think the big push for EMS body cams should be, right? I
would be more for a microphone than a camera.
I like both. I like both because I look at it from the educational standpoint, not the like putative standpoint of things. If you write a chart that looks like X, but you have to upload that footage to attach to your chart, and that I watch that and it doesn't match your chart, you're fucked. Yeah,
no, like that's not even the problem I have with it. Like, yeah, no, I'll wear a body camera and fucking put it on my chart and all that shit. That's more protection for me. I'm just worried, the patients. You're going to have them in very compromising situations, very embarrassing situations, non-flattering situations, and all it takes is one asshole to be able to fucking access it. And hey, we had this super hot chick in the back. Check this out. Click, click, click.
You're not wrong there. Yep.
Here's where I lifted up her bra to put the 12 lead on. Here, check it out. Look at those titties. I mean, tell me there ain't none of them people out there.
No,
there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. Are you fucking kidding me? A lowest common denominator. It is out there.
That's literally my only objection to cameras.
And to be honest, I didn't think of it like that. But at the same point, like I also, I don't know how many people would be vocal in the back of an ambulance and be like, yep, I am now administering 50 mics. They'd just be like, I'm not talking.
If you knew you were being recorded, it's a weird thing. So like, yeah, I was like, I don't have to say nothing. I'll just, fly to your plane. I'm good to go, But no, when you know that you're on a voice recorder and that is your sole record of what is actually taking place. So God forbid anything did happen.
Right.
They know you weren't a fucking idiot. You talk. You will speak. Your voice will be heard.
I like it.
Because in the same thing, if something goes wrong, you want everyone to know what the fuck happened.
Right.
And if you are playing the I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to do it game, well, that comes out in the wash too. And then it's, well, why didn't you fucking say it?
Right.
Yeah.
Before I go to the chat, because there's a couple interesting comments in the chat that that we're going to, but Butch, I want to get your kind of thought process. Where do you think we go with, how to fix this med error problem?
It's it's tough because you could try to train, you could try to teach them the right way, you could try, and again, it comes back to accountability, and the training part. And a lot of people don't want to admit that it's happening. That's the problem. It's like, oh, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. And then it goes back to administration. Well, if you admit to having it done, then you're open to liability and lawsuits. And it's a tough game. It's a tough game to play.
It's in their best interest to keep it quiet.
Right. Yes. Settle it in house. It never happened.
Right.
It's tough. It's tough to make it. And the bottom line comes down to it comes down to patient care. You got to do what's best for your patient and keep the patients alive and keep the patient safe. But it's that double-edged sword. People don't want to admit it's happening, and patients keep dying.
Yeah. And I think there's misuses for, it seems like there's certain meds that, even in the internal reporting, not even on news organizations, that tend to get misused more. That's why there's, states that do reports on certain drugs, fentanyl pushes, ketamine pushes, Ativan pushes, whatever it might be. They're, now we're starting to track like TXA. Are we giving TXA proper? Are we giving, push dose pressors proper? There's definitely, more looking into how paramedics are, giving these drugs. And I think that data needs to, they need to do something with that data. That's the problem that I always see from the administration level. They can be handed, a floppy disk that says, you suck at this. And they go, cool, bro, and do nothing about it.
Oh, what they do is, instead of doing the right thing and saying, let's get rid of the dumbasses doing it wrong, they just take it away and keep the dumbasses in the business.
Yep.
You gotta have an ass.
That's the problem.
You got to have an ass in a seat.
But now, I mean, so like we all like to talk about thinking outside the box.
I love the box.
I'm just thinking about this. This would be a great time to. Well, who doesn't like a nice white box, But if you truly wanted to do a study, get actual numbers, true hard data, and understand what's really going on and get actual good recommendations, honestly, get some people from the NTSB. I'm not talking about the metallurgists. I'm talking about the investigators who actually go to the scenes, kick things over, look around, look at body parts, how they ended up. Was it a high angle of impact, low angle, high speed, high angle, that kind of stuff. They figure out all this shit, and then they figure out all those causal factors.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are like, that's all they do, and that's all they live for, is connecting the links in the chain. If you took people like that and put them and said, here, we're having issues, what should we do to fix this? Give them 6 months, you will get actual recommendations that are legit on how to fix this problem.
Yeah.
But you got to think outside the box, and you got to fucking, you got to be able to accept what they're going to say.
Right. And that's ultimately, ultimately, I think that's where it comes down to. The provider and the administrator both will not accept what these people have to say. I mean, look at just in the mindset of, let's keep our bodies healthy and non-fatigued. Let's get rid of, anything more than 12-hour shifts. And oh my God, you're breaking the mold. Like, nope, you have to be silenced.
My 6 jobs if I do that.
Right, you have to be silenced and canceled if you say anything like that, and you're laughed out of the profession.
That's how we've always done it.
But we've always done it that way. So again, I don't think that the current
my Kelly hours. I gotta have the.
I don't think that people are gonna go for doing things that are outside the box. They'll just be like, don't let it happen again.
Well, see, and therein lies half the problem. Well, that's the whole problem.
Mm-hmm.
Not even half the problem, but the main difference, and it is kind of funny because, when, I don't know how much people pay attention to stuff, and knock on wood, we haven't had one in quite a long time. But when I was growing up, planes were fucking falling out of the sky left and right. I mean, you were having major airline accidents constantly, and one of the things, then when I got into that side of defense, and now I'm actually one of the operators, and I'm realizing they actually have built into the system. It is not a punitive thing.
Mm-hmm.
Making mistakes. There are some things, like if you go buzzing a fucking pier at 500 knots and 200 feet, you're probably going to get in trouble. You ask me how I know, but but for the most part, it's a non-punitive thing. When there's an accident or an incident, and they actually distinguish between the two. An incident isn't an accident. It's not a punitive thing. It is, we need to figure out what happened, why this happened, and we need to make sure it doesn't happen again. So all that shit that happened through, since the Wright brothers took flight to where we are today, the reason you don't wake up in the morning and see another airliner, in a ball of fire rolling down a fucking runway, is because all those lessons learned were actually applied.
Yeah.
I would say probably a good 80 to 90%. There's still some things that I just can't believe they still get away with, but it's not like that in this. In EMS, it's all punitive. You can't come up with, hey, my person was fatigued, so that's why they made the medication error. Well, okay, well then fire them so that we don't have the liability on the agency.
Right.
Let's not fix the fucking problem.
Right. There's no like, oh hey, yeah, I'm tired, let's have crew rest. What the fuck what the fuck is that? You just shut up and do your job. Are you refusing this transport?
Right.
Like that, and that's ultimately what it is. It's death threats and whatever.
Yep.
And people are crying out, trying to tell these companies, like, listen, you cannot do this to us. There will be problems. And oh, well, we need butts in seats because we ride one ambulance. And if you're in crew rest, we're going to give up a call to XYZ agency from, 40 miles away, and they're going to take our money. We
need that $500.
Yeah.
It's it's funny how that works. Where you know you literally have the issue staring you in the face, and it's one of the biggest things you could fix. But yeah, it's not financially beneficial for them to do that.
You've always said follow the good old mighty greenback, right?
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what it comes down to, you know, which sucks because it's like, why is this problematic? Like this should not be problematic, you know? No. So, you know, as we kind of wrap up the podcast side of things.
Go to the chat first.
Oh, that's right. The chat thing. Yeah. So Blue Lion says, buzz the tower.
Always.
WW2 girl says, I think body cams is a good idea. Cops got them, so why can't we?
That's fair.
Let's see. Your wife says we don't apply proven facts, i.e. sleep, like pilots and bus drivers and or truck drivers are mandated to rest or they lose their license. Problem being is there's no oversight and we're not licensed. So
we're certified, yeah.
You know, you're certified, so who the fuck cares? You know? Right. Blue Lion says, I've been busted for recording a nurse mistreating a patient. That one's kind of wild.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to hear that one.
Right?
Yeah, now you've got my interest.
Yeah.
Oh, we could have that on Nurses with Bitches.
Oh, no, we got another, what was it? There was one up here for Nurses with Bitches. Justin threw up, a nurse pissed me off at one of the local hospitals. So he goes, now I have to write a special report. Perfect conversation for Nurses or Bitches, which is coming in about, oh no, Emily's not going to be here. So that'll be here in 2 weeks.
So will I.
Yep. No, you won't, because it'll be the 5th.
Yeah, he'll be here.
You'll be here.
Oh well.
So yeah, that'll be fun and exciting.
We get to have a live recording with him here, all in the same room somewhere.
Oh my God. Whatever will we do? Make sure you bring your equipment, Gerard, because I don't have spares. I gave them to everybody.
But thank you for reminding me. I will do that.
I will definitely do that again.
But my problem is I can't plug it into anything because I don't have a soundboard.
Right. Well,
so I'm like, this jack doesn't plug into USB.
I'm sure they make a cable. You know,
I have an extra hub here, 7 hub.
Yeah, there you go. Bingo. So yeah, we are now going to transition into the end of tour phase of things.
Are we wrapping this up?
I'm gonna wrap this up. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to, say to this subject before we press on to the more fun things tonight?
So what else do we know about this actual call, this news thing? Like, has this person been arrested? Is there?
Are they still in litigation? Are they
civil suit?
They're still in litigation. So it says that the defendants listed in the lawsuit include Intermountain Healthcare, Intermountain Life Flight, Murray City Fire Department, Gold Cross Ambulance, United Fire Authority, and the Utah Highway Patrol.
Hold the phone. Life Flight?
Yep.
What the fuck did they have to do with it?
I don't know. That's the thing. They don't say what care was provided by who.
So you said this was a fireman. This wasn't
the fire medic was the one that gave right. It was not a life flight crew or an air medical crew that gave the med. It was a fireman. And
the patient wasn't flown out though?
I don't know.
Or do we know that? Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe that's why we don't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe they transferred to the flight crew and maybe the flight crew failed too. Which I can't see happening. But
I can't see happening either. But I mean, people are human.
That's the thing about lawsuits like this is anybody that touched that patient,
they will get sued.
Gets a court order.
Right.
Ask him how he knows.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know exactly.
I mean, you may ultimately just be like, yeah, you're good, but you still get a summons.
Right. Yep.
And they started trying to hound me like right before I left. I was getting hounded.
That's
emails, phone calls, all that shit. And even when I went back on Facebook, suddenly I got a friend request, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I looked, and I said, "Oh, this is a motherfucker from the law office."
mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah.
Yep.
Nah.
That's happening again.
That shit's starting like next week. So,
oh really?
Yeah, you're coming right in the right time. Pull you right back
You're
in.
kidding me.
No, May 1st. May 1st it starts.
They're actually trying them again.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll be getting some letters.
Yep. I'm sure they're gonna be looking for you.
Well, this is
pretty soon.
He's like, yeah, maybe we'll come up later.
Yeah, maybe we'll just postpone this. Keep the old man on ice for a while longer.
Yeah. Blue Lion just says disappear into the night. Agreed.
Yeah,
I mean,
real.
that's kind of what you did already.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I fucking see ya.
Yep.
Your name is Francisco.
Right.
Yes.
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. So
yeah, when they call, I just go,
Hey, I don't know.
Oh no.
My name is Rodrigo Montoya.
No hablo español.
So we're gonna wind down the podcast here. We are gonna take a 5-minute break, and then we're gonna come back with the end of tour live stream again for typical podcast people that are listening to this on the replay, like the MP3, Spotify version. Be sure to join us. May 5th, 9:00 on the Eastern Seaboard. YouTube channel, Facebook channels, the podcast YouTube channel. This is streaming too. And come hang out with us. So till next time, guys, stay safe. Gerard, lead out the podcast.
The donuts.
The donuts.
And the cronuts. The cronuts.
And the cronuts.
Late call. I'm going to send Butch late call lemon.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you want more information on the podcast or to send us a call review, please visit medicmaterials.com/podcast. To learn more about earning continuing education credit from listening to this episode or others, check out Medic Materials, cmeacademy.thinkific.com. We appreciate your continued dedication towards EMS education and helping us advance the field. See you next time.
I am so excited that I am all by myself for this end of tour, since the other gentlemen are not with us yet. So yeah, you're gonna have to be entertained with me. I went and got my twisted tea for the occasion. Typically, we do drink during the podcast. That's what makes it fun. But as you'll see in a little bit when we do our fun segment of what you didn't fuck up this week, you'll find out why I'm only drinking now, because there's a significant reason as to why I didn't. But at least I can get the boring shit out of the way. Thank you for everybody who's joining us in the chat and on this stream. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys are literally why we do this each and every week, now doing it every other week. So if you joined in for the 9 o'clock hour and was like, what the fuck is going on? Again, we're just doing the Medic Materials podcast. We started doing that live show, I don't know, a couple months ago. And now we're just, incorporating it into the Friday night stream. So again, the next stream is going to be May 5th, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Facebook page, the Facebook group, the podcast, the Medic Materials podcast YouTube channel. There is a separate podcast YouTube channel, and the Medic Materials YouTube channel that a lot of you guys are watching on. So I appreciate that. Typically that's where most, if not everyone, does watch. So as always, guys, we're going to be, talking to you guys a lot in the chat. I got to get better with talking to you guys in the podcast chat. It's awkward because we've never done it before. And I still haven't, I don't know if the other podcast people are going to like it or not. So I'll definitely talk to you guys a lot more and shout out to you more. So make sure that you're, tossing your name in the chat and letting you know that, you're here and what you guys are doing on this Friday night. Hopefully Blaine got his stickers. I sent him the first sticker pack. So that was exciting. I think he, if you're in the Discord, oh no, he sent that to me. I don't know. I believe he did, because I remember seeing a picture of one of the stickers on the back of his car. So that was kind of cool. So yeah, hopefully these guys aren't dead. I know Butch just texted me. He says, I'll be right there. Oh, there he comes. We'll just pause in silence to wait for the Maha. Mr. Maha, it's really good that I'm Polish and I can just talk a lot.
There you go. You still have a lot of things to say.
It's absolutely got a lot of things to say. WW2 girl got a popsicle. I am so in need of an ice cream after my day. It's just not even right.
Yeah, I've had a lot of those days lately.
Yeah, man. It definitely does suck what's been going on with your job and stuff. Like, that just bites. One of the things that, like I said, I can't stand is when the company says, yeah, we're going to do this for you. And then they're like, nope.
Transition periods always suck.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely they do.
We'll get some shit figured out, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
We'll either figure it out or we won't. And then, more transitions will happen.
Then more transition will happen. Exactly. Gerard, what beverage did you get?
It's the same one I had before. Great drink with vodka.
There's not a lot in there.
Yeah.
I was thinking about making another one.
Did you chug it on the way in? Is that what happened?
It's a possibility.
There was an incident.
Uh-oh. Spillage or leakage?
No. I got caught.
Or drinkage.
Uh-oh. You got caught.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. He doing the dishes later.
And apparently there was a bag of cookies that were being saved for a special occasion that were in the back of the freezer that nobody told me about. So one day I'm looking for, getting a steak or something out of there, and I'm like, hey man, there's some cookies back there. I'm gonna grab a couple of them and, have me a couple of cookies. Well, apparently they were for a special. Yeah. So.
I mean, you should be allowed cookies. It's that simple.
Hey man,
What kind of special occasions do you save cookies for?
Birthday.
Ah.
Yeah, I didn't know that though. But they were Easter cookies.
Were they at least good? Like, did they taste better? Because now do they taste better because they were done
Bad?
in in bad?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everything bad tastes better.
Everything bad tastes better. Abso-freaking-lutely. So guys, with this, it was the great cookie catastrophe, Tammy says.
The cookie catastrophe in Carolina.
That's all right. At least, Tammy, at least we didn't, have a milk catastrophe.
Open your mouth so I can give you this milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that went with the cookies.
That went with the cookies. Hey, so I was listening to the first Patreon episode today.
Oh, wow.
I was driving around and I was listening to this episode. I haven't listened to it since we put it out. And
which one was that?
it was it was the endocrine one.
Okay.
It was the birth of the ka-ching.
Oh, nice.
It was the birth of
Was my birthday.
Was it?
Wasn't that my birthday?
I don't remember.
No, the first time we started, when we had the Stone Cold Steve Austin Broken Skull IPA.
Ka-ching.
I'm getting there, all right? It's a long way away.
Hit the fucking button before I continue.
I did hit the button. You just can't hear
I didn't hear a damn thing.
I'll hit
I
it
didn't
again.
hear it either.
I hit it twice.
That's better. Anyway. Yeah, that was my birthday was the first night we had Broken Skull IPA.
Yeah, so
Ka-ching.
yeah, so that was ultimately the episode. So it must have been your birthday because that's where I did it. Was hey, we're doing the Patreon. We want to celebrate. I brought Stone Cold Steve Weiser's Broken Skull IPA, and then ultimately we were like, hey, we need to make this guy our sponsor. We're earning him so much fucking money,
Right.
and that's where the ka-ching came from. And then you, in all of your greatness, did it about 47 times that episode, just sliding in Stone Cold Steve Weiser's so that the ka-chings just went out the window.
Right. So now that we know this about the patient, what are your thoughts? What would you do? I said, well, I think I would have a Broken Skull IPA.
Exactly. And it continues. Which birthday, Gerard? ?
Oh, that was 2 years ago?
Probably.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 1 year ago. 2 years ago.
No, it was probably closer to 2.
Yeah, it was probably 2 years ago. Yeah, it was and I'll never forget it because we had those wonderful Broken Skull IPAs. And then I drove home.
Oof. Your wife was there, so I'm sure she should have drove home.
Well, but I was fine. Like, you know me. I was actually fine. Like, I'm drunk, but I'm fine. No, I was like legit. I was okay. The problem was I smelled like beer.
Yep.
And of course, that's when the state trooper catches me doing 45 and a 35, which was fucking classic too. Because I'm like, literally, like my brain did the math, and as I'm pulling over to the side, I'm pulling into the parking lot. You know, he's behind me at the lights on. I look at Tammy. I'm like, I'm probably not going to be out till Monday. Weekend. It's Saturday night.
There was no judges on,
yeah,
there's no judges on Sunday. I'm in for the weekend.
Yep.
But then the best part was the trooper comes up. He's like, I'm Trooper so-and-so. You know why I pulled you? I said, yep, I was doing 45 and 35. I didn't realize until you went past me, and I looked down, and I said, damn, you're going too fast. And he's like, yep. And the whole time I'm saying this, I'm like, please don't fucking make me say words that have H's in them.
How you doing?
You know? And then he leans down at the light and he's like, I know you. I'm like, I don't know.
I hope
You ever
not
work
tonight.
around here? Like, yeah, I used to work at right there in that little town right over there, you know. What do you do? Paramedic. Oh, we've been on scenes together. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, just, back it down a little bit. Have a good night. Like, man. That just came on by the
easy.
skin of my fucking ass.
See ya.
Woo! Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, I was puckered, boy. I was like, man,
Yep.
I'm not in the mood for fucking slides and a cheese sandwich tonight, boy.
That's all right. In that episode, though, you were slurring a little, so I'm glad that it worked. That it worked its way out because we had pre-gamed with Green Dragons that night.
Oh, that's right.
And then I brought in the Steve Weisers.
We didn't leave till like midnight.
No, it was late. It was very late, but it was a good time and a really good episode to listen to. So there's my shameless plug. Become a Patreon, and you get to listen to those, which are wild and crazy. Like, those are some fun ones.
We're all in the same room.
Yep.
Great.
Yep. For a considerable amount of them, we are
Considerable?
Yeah,
Considerable?
Considerable.
What was that word?
I'm pretty sure
Was that English?
I'm pretty sure it was conservable and gerbil all mixed together.
We're in a convertible with a gerbil.
Listen, I had 3 sips of my twisted tea and I'm already fucked. Which there's gonna be a fun story about why I'm drinking now instead of later or before. But I figure since
when will that be now?
Soon. So I figure, guys, since we're getting a late start and Phil isn't here tonight.
Did anybody get in touch with him? Yeah, what's his problem?
Is he alive?
He's alive.
Is he crying or something? Or
things aren't going well whatever he's doing. So
oh man.
Now we got to check in on him tomorrow. Is
there
like,
a the barn? Were there bats?
Yeah, I know. I think it's worse.
Oh,
I asked if you want me to go kneecap people, but he said no.
Did anyone fall through the ceiling?
No.
Okay.
Well, we got that going for us. Like, we're good there. So we'll get into Butch. Do you want to go first, or do you want trivia to go first? What do you?
Let's go trivia. I haven't had this week has been shit for me, so let's go ahead.
All right, we're going trivia tonight, guys. So let's get that started.
Nobody knows, G. Nobody knows.
I know. Like, damn, when did we go to the gay club?
Hey.
It's like
all right, so I took the liberty. Oh, motherfucker.
The Blue Oyster? What?
No, not the fucking Blue Oyster. My kid stole my pad, which had all the questions on it.
Oh my goodness.
He goes, Dad, I wanna ask his younger brother the questions because
where's the pad?
I think it's in the other room. Stand by.
All right, go get it.
Talk amongst ourselves.
We'll talk amongst ourselves. We'll give us a topic. Prince of Tides. There were neither princes nor tides.
Hated it.
Nobody knows what that is either.
No.
Hey, can you see the chat?
Yeah.
Talk to people in the chat. Ask some questions.
Ask the questions.
People in the chat ask questions. We'll answer. Oh, too late. You lost your opportunity.
Yeah. Ask the questions.
Ask the questions. I'm sure I don't want to know what you guys were saying about me in the interim.
It was just nice things. It was nice things.
I'm sure it was all nice things.
We enjoyed your T-shirt.
Perfect. One of the best, I'm sure, wrestling people one of the best stables, groups, whatever you want to call them, factions in NXT. So this week, I wanted to throw you guys a little curveball since I love curveballs. And instead of general questions or, shit like that, I decided to go with 10 riddles. And see, and these are short riddles. See if you guys can figure them out.
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
Riddle me this.
Great, the big black bag.
If you shoot a mine, do you use a silencer?
I mean, you probably should.
Well, it's character,
The
right?
tree falls in the forest and woman's not there to hear it. Are you still wrong?
Yes.
Always.
All right. Numero uno. This one's easy. My 9-year-old was able to get this one.
This is the rabbit and the bear joke, is
Nope. All
Ah,
right. Here we. Oh, I gotta hit my. Hit the. Boom. There we go.
boom.
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 What is full of holes but still holds water? Chat,
Hold the
make
fucking
sure that you guys are throwing it out there too. Your guesses.
Full of holes.
Why
Still
so
full.
serious? Blue Lion's asking me why I'm so serious. Cause it's trivia.
Water.
Yep.
This
What
is
is
sweetest riddles.
I know what it is.
what is full
Yes,
full of holes but still holds water? The Maha
I know it is.
Butchies locking in an answer.
No.
Blue Lion has got it in the chat.
Yep.
Chuck, welcome to
Please.
the stream. I appreciate you joining me, good sir.
Yeah, man. You're just in time to hear the first D's nuts joke.
D's nuts.
'Cause that's my answer for the fucking riddle.
D's nuts. All right, Mr. Maha, go with the right answer.
Sponge.
Correct.
Ah, that
It's-
makes sense.
It's sponge.
Look at you,
Alright.
smarty art motherfuckers.
There's
I got you.
yep. He'll help you through it. All right.
Alright.
Number 2. I am an odd number. Take away a letter and I become even. What number am I?
Threve.
Breve?
Threve.
Threve?
I don't know.
I'm an odd
This is-
number. Take away a letter and I become even.
It's Isaac Newton's law.
What
7.
number? What number am I?
7.
It is 7.
Oh, if it's 7, I'll fucking shit.
It's 7.
He
It
throws
is,
out
right, it is 7.
he throws out a guess.
Correct!
And the man is absolutely correct with 7.
What you know about 7?
What you know about 7?
You say it one more time, I'll get that motherfucking electric cord.
When I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
All right. This one stumped Roman. He couldn't figure this one out. Poor people have it. Rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. What is it?
Crack.
Crack.
Poor
Crack,
people-
man.
Am I lying?
No.
Poor people got it. Rich people want it. If you eat it, it'll kill you.
Yeah, the
It's
man,
crack.
the man ain't wrong.
I should get a point for that. 'Cause that's the answer.
Meth.
I mean, that's also probably a correct answer.
Rich, but rich people don't want meth. They don't need meth. They need crack. Look at your Hunter Biden there. You know,
True
that boy
statement.
loves some crack
True statement.
and Russian hookers.
So let's see. Poor people have it. Rich people need it. If you eat it, you die.
Crack.
Gerard is going with crack, which I
I'm
will.
sticking with crack.
I will 100% accept
Bullets.
crack. Why not? All right.
Yeah.
What is the answer? If it ain't crack,
You're eating the wrong crack.
I ain't tossing no salad.
Maple syrups.
WW2
Jimmy.
girl throws in her answer of money.
Poor people ain't got that.
That's what I'm thinking. Poor people don't have money. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Who can't
Tammy just threw in the correct answer of nothing. Poor people have nothing. Rich people need nothing. And if you eat nothing, you die.
That's correct, man. The answer's correct.
I'm going with the crack.
That's correct. Because if you get on crack, you ain't gonna have no money. Because everything's gonna go to crack. You don't eat when you want crack. So you starve. Right?
It's a giveaway crack. It's a free crack.
It's a free crack. $5 free crack giveaway.
Oh. All right. Numero cuatro. What is at the end of a rainbow?
Pot of gold.
A pot of gold. That's exactly what Roman said.
And a pedophile priest. From the old country.
What is at the end of a rainbow?
More crack.
More crack. Get your crack here.
Is it a pot of crack?
Oh. Thrown out pot of gold. You guys are thinking.
I was gonna say, with the exception of the president's son, does anyone still do crack?
I don't know.
I haven't heard about crack in a while. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. That one patient I had that time, that was like 4 years ago.
We got to start watching like live PD again. I'm sure there's crack on there.
It has to be.
People.
Honestly, dude, I've had the flak, the K2, all the fucking crazy shit. But then this one night, this dude had his arms filleted open because he was getting fresh with his woman and she wasn't having it. But we're like, so what the hell happened?
What is it with JJ like covered in like,
we were smoking crack all day, and I was like, damn. Kudos to you for keeping it old school, dude.
I still want to know how his arms got tore up if he's trying to get fresh with his woman.
Like, she had a big knife.
Ah, okay.
When I mean filleted, I mean filleted.
Wild.
Like a flounder.
All right, so we got Chris and WW2 Girl says pot of gold. Blue Lion throws out prison.
A W.
Whoa. There's prison at the end of the rainbow?
Apparently, according to...
Hold on. We might be on the same page. Because I used to watch Oz, too. The Emerald City.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I like it.
There was some salad tossing going on there.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of stuff going on in that prison.
A lot of stuff going on in Oz.
I am going to have to go with...
Cortez.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with the Maha Butchie's answer of...
What is that?
Correct! The letter W is at the end of rainbow.
You fuckers. Then you wonder why I score so low on my freaking paramedic exam.
You and
just
me
reading
both,
into
brother.
every fucking question. Like, what do you mean?
All right.
That's not how it is.
I keep telling you not to do that. It's the simple things in life.
Right.
Number 5. What gets bigger the more you take away?
I'm not gonna say.
Now you have to. I mean, that's
No.
kind of law. You have to say it.
I'm going to leave it for people to infer what I was talking about. Or what was in my brain.
It's bigger.
What gets bigger the more you take away? Chat is silent. They're scratching their heads.
I got it.
Butch says
The
he's
national
got it.
debt.
The national what?
Debt.
Oh. I mean, that is, again, I'm gonna take that
Am I
answer.
lying?
I'm gonna take that answer.
I agree with Tammy.
What did Tammy say?
Tammy and Butch have the right answer
I
of a hole.
don't get the chat.
A hole.
assholes get bigger with
No, you fuckhole.
when you take away?
A hole.
When you dig
the
a hole, the
hole
hole
gets
gets
bigger.
bigger.
A
Take it away.
hole.
Yeah, a hole, you hole.
The way he said it, he's like a hole, and I'm like, I don't know how that works, but sure.
Yep. Who knows?
Assholes get bigger.
We'll have to figure that out.
I scored an asshole, just got bigger.
All right. Number 6, moving right along. What has branches but no fruit, trunk, or leaves? What has branches but no fruit, trunk, or leaves?
Government. There's kind of a theme in my answers tonight, I see.
I mean, and again, the man ain't wrong. Like, you're giving solid answers that I'm going to accept. They might not be the ones I wrote down.
I was gonna go close, but I was gonna say a bank.
I may be found hung twice tomorrow morning, but you know.
This is interesting. So we're getting a lot of different answers that all work. So we have the government. We got banks, which is Tammy's and Butch's. And we got the military from Chris and WW2 Girl.
Interesting.
I'm going to accept all 3 of these. The answer that I wrote down was banks. But everybody is correct on that one.
Thank you.
All right.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Everyone gets a trophy on that one.
Steam.
So Roman got this one in about 5 seconds.
Wow. So I couldn't beat a 9-year-old.
So no, this next one.
Oh.
All right, not the bank one, not the branches one. All right.
Okay.
I'm orange. I wear a green hat and I sound like a parrot.
Oh, see, I was gonna say Trump, but he has a red hat.
Keep on that government theme.
Wrong. It's a great parrot. It's green. We talk all the time.
It's the greatest parrot.
It's a great parrot. Everybody knows this.
Everybody knows it. China will pay for it.
No, Mexico
will pay for it.
We're gonna start selling parrots to China. We'll paint them orange before they send them over.
Everybody's quiet on this.
Wow, really? Say it again. Say it again. Read the question again.
I'm orange. I wear a green hat and I sound like a parrot.
What does a parrot sound like? Give us an impersonation real quick.
Let's just say that you may or may not be reading too much into the question again, Mr. Paramedic Test.
I don't like this gray shit, man. I need concrete black and white.
Yeah, but I don't like to give you black and white. That's no fun.
That's where I live.
I know. All right,
it's orange with a green hat.
Yep. And I sound like a parrot.
Orange with a green hat.
It's a parrot wearing a green hat.
But how is he? How's he orange? They're red.
Again, thinking way too much into it.
I'm orange with a green hat.
All right, I think the silence is killing everybody. I'm gonna give you guys the answer.
Wait, hold on. Nobody got this?
No one got it. Not even a guess from the chat.
How did your 9-year-old get this?
Literally, I said this to him earlier. He got it like this. Like, it was instantaneous.
Orange with a green hat.
WW2 Girl says the orange and green hat would be an orange, but then there wouldn't be any sound from it.
Right.
Well, then it wouldn't work.
Orange with a green hat.
You're gonna hate yourselves when I reveal the answer. I'm orange. I wear a green hat, and I sound like a parrot? The answer is a carrot.
What?
A carrot is orange.
Oh, it sounds like a parrot. Yeah.
Butch is not amused. He's like, "Oh, fuck yourself."
Wow. But it doesn't wear a hat.
Look
it
at the time. I gotta go pay the bills. Feed the cat.
But it's got leaves. It doesn't have a hat.
The top
You
of
can't say it has a green hat.
Yes, you can. It's on the top of the carrot.
But it's not a hat. It's leaves.
Dude.
It's leaves. Nobody has a leaf hat.
I think it's time to leave it alone and move on to the next one.
I 100% agree. Number 8, as we go forward.
It's cool. Leave it alone.
What word has 26?
Tree and get the hell out of here. Sorry.
What word has 26 letters but only 3 syllables?
Yeah, I'll give you 26 letters.
What word has 26 letters but only 3 syllables?
I know it. I got it.
Butch is back on his winning roll here.
26 letters and 3 syllables?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We use it every day.
Every damn day. I just used it.
We're using it now.
Yep.
Oh, the alphabet.
There you go.
The alphabet is correct.
Yeah. That was a gimme.
That was a gimme. All right. Number 9, also a gimme.
Hey, the carrot was a fucking gimme.
The carrot was a fucking gimme.
If you're a 9-year-old.
Apparently only if you're a 9-year-old. So number
Not
9.
if you're an AARP fucking member, apparently.
Right, yeah.
Number 9.
What time is the early bird at Swiss Chalet serves?
What thrives when you feed it,
Denny's.
but dies when you water it?
Thrives when you feed it, dies
soul.
when you water it.
What thrives when you feed it, but dies when you water it? Dun, 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 dun. Chris and Tammy both got the alphabet question right. Good job.
Oh, wow. Nice. What thrives when you feed it, dies when you water it?
Oh,
Yep.
Tammy is throwing out
Your
answers.
pet alligator. I don't
Damn.
know.
No.
Oh my God. So I
You
saw
got it too.
the craziest alligator video that I was
Kayak?
No. This was a bike.
Oh.
A guy was
Oh, I saw
walking.
that one too.
Yeah.
So you are incorrect, sir. That
Is a crocodile?
crocodile.
Yeah, whatever. They look, dude. It was
No,
like
no.
fucking 40 feet away. How the fuck am I supposed to know?
Dude.
Do you know how to tell the difference between a crocodile and alligator?
Clearly, I don't.
One will see you later, and the other will see you in a while.
Right, the other one's in a while, yeah. No, so
There, how's that for a fucking riddle? There you go.
that
Boom.
was fantastic.
Boom.
Boom.
Hold
One's
on,
not
I
wearing a
gotta- I
fucking
gotta
leafy hat either.
I'm not jumping on you for not knowing the difference between a croc and a gator. It's no big deal. It's just the snout is pointy on the croc.
Yep.
But I will never forget. So that was in Florida. So
Yeah.
there's actually, and it doesn't get a lot of press up here, but like there's a problem. There are Nile crocodiles now infesting in Florida. So bad enough you got gigantic fucking Burmese pythons that have taken over the ecosystem. You now have alligators and Nile crocodiles. Why is that important? Well, let's go down the rabbit hole here.
Oh Jesus! I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm sorry, bud.
You know,
We got 50 minutes left.
I will just say the difference between the crocodile and the gator was summed up beautifully by the late great crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. He said, someone asked him the question, like some kid or something, and his answer always sticks with me. I'm like, yeah, no, you're dead fucking right. Alligators are opportunistic eaters. You could walk right in front of it. If they don't feel like eating that day, they ain't gonna eat you. If it's an easy eat, they'll go after you and then they'll tenderize you. Get at you some other time. But crocodiles were designed by God to take down things and kill them that are larger than they are. And that's why dude riding on the bike with a croc, and I said, "Oh fuck, that's a croc." That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, like
that's way too close.
That was so fucking close, and that it didn't even look like that biker knew.
He didn't realize it.
He didn't realize nothing.
As soon as I saw that freaking pointed snout, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I was like, "Damn."
Turn the fuck around and book.
Let's see. WW2 Girl says there's a video of a gator that broke into someone's kitchen floating around out there.
Of course.
It's Florida. It's Florida.
They crawl up sides of fucking houses.
I was gonna say, so technically, if you really wanted to get down to the lowest denominator here, he kind of broke into his own kitchen. There just happened to be a house there now.
Fair point.
Yeah.
So as we continue to get this trivia out of the way.
Sorry, I just dropped some knowledge flakes on alligators and crocodiles. Excuse me, I'll just be over here.
Tammy gets it right. Chris gets it right. WW2 Girl gets it right. What thrives when you feed it but dies when you water it? A fire.
Oh, of course the whackers will get it. They probably tell that joke in the freaking locker room.
Put the wet stuff on the red stuff.
What thrives when you water it and dies when you feed it, or whatever the fuck it says. Yeah.
It puts a lotion on its skin.
And then I hit it with a deuce of hands.
Smooth ball.
Oh.
Her stools.
All right, this one is yours, Gerard.
All right.
This one's 100% yours. All right. Last one. What never walks but always runs?
It always runs?
What never walks but always runs?
It's fucking refrigerator.
Is your refrigerator running? Again.
That's literally where I got that from.
A good goddamn fucking answer, and
it's right. It's always running.
So yeah, you're
a windmill.
Gerard, you might want to stay and sleep in your little bunk room tonight.
Why?
Because you killed the cookies. That got you in the doghouse. And now your wife is like, you fucking calling me a whacker? So you might not live when you leave.
you got enough provisions in your room to stay there a couple hours, or?
Nah, I'm fresh out.
You can live without 3 days without water, or just drink your pee. You're fine.
Nah. He who drinks his pee first dies first. Contrary to what you see on Bear Grylls and all that shit.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Whoever drinks their pee first is the first one going to die. Guaranteed.
All right, we got a good number of answers here.
I'm staying my nose.
Your nose? All right.
It's always running, but what is it?
What never walks
but always runs.
But always runs.
Never walks, but always runs. Yeah, I mean the nose or the refrigerator. Or...
I like both of those answers too, except your nose doesn't always run. The refrigerator is
never fucking met me, have you?
No. Chris says water. Tammy says water. WW2 Girl says water. My original answer was river, but I will take refrigerator, nose, and water.
Of course it's water. The whackers just came up with the water. Of course.
Wow.
Hey man.
Double whacker.
Attack the whackers tonight, apparently. Shit. Like, who feels threatened on the stream? Like, definitely not me. I could care less. Just getting some heat in the chat.
Stir the pot.
Stir the pot. Stir the pot. So since we're about 11 minutes to 11 o'clock here, guys, I'm going to go to my favorite segment. That is, what didn't you guys fuck up this week?
Man, we should have done random shit.
He said he didn't have anything for random shit.
He's got random shit. He just talked and he got random shit. Half of our fucking 3/4 of our conversation is random shit.
Yep. Chris, thanks you for calling him a whacker.
Oh, he's a fucking double and a half whacker.
He goes, "This is the way."
He's a lieutenant whacker.
Yep. Tammy, get comfortable in your office there, Gerard. Because, yep, apparently that's where you're sitting.
I got pictures.
Oh, man. So
I got a picture of her on the combination nozzle.
Smooth boy.
Smooth boy, nothing.
Smooth boy, nothing.
I ain't even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to let you go there so I don't get in trouble.
Well, you know.
Nope, I'm just...
If you want to see him, you got to pay for my OnlyFans. You know, it'd be great if I advertised it like that.
Finally.
Could you imagine? I could advertise it like that, and then they're like, "Oh man, I'm gonna see some freaking freaky shit," and they give me money, and then it pops up, and it literally is just a picture of a combination nozzle.
Oh man, Chris is I'm Captain Whacker.
Oh shit! Got a promotion.
Got a promotion.
I wonder if the job came with a GPS.
Well, it's fire. You don't have to jam it. You just look for where the red stuff is glowing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So,
and then when you get there, you pull straight to the fire and stop the ambulance.
Well, you can't because all the cops are in front of the fire first.
That's
they gotta
true.
block all the trucks and the ambulances.
Yep.
Not if you beat everybody else there except
with their Narcans. With their Narcans, they gotta put the Narcan on the fire because they might have overdosed.
But you're catching heat. You can read it.
I know.
So Gerard, I'm gonna come to you, knowing that you're gonna tell me that you didn't fuck up dinner. But what didn't you fuck up this week?
Well, I didn't make dinner tonight. Did I make anything?
What?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I made anything decent this week. It's all just been leftovers and like fucking just. Actually, ordered out a couple times, so yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, I know it's hard.
We haven't had Gerard's recipe section.
I know, seriously, that's been his segment in my segment.
Hey, what can I say? Oh, I was really gonna make a horrible joke. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, what didn't I fuck up? Well, if she's on the damn chat, she could tell you what I didn't fuck up.
That's not how this works.
Yeah, that's not how this works.
Wait, you both are married. You know how it works. That's exactly how it works. Okay. They will tell you what you did and didn't fuck up.
First off, my wife is not like a normal wife, and we all know that. So I don't have that luxury of being told when I fuck up and when I don't.
What didn't? Well, I can't say I didn't fuck up the cookies because
they was yummy.
Happy birthday.
Whoever. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Right.
It's only her granddaughter.
You could buy more.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, these were homemade.
She got the recipe.
Yeah, you could make more.
That is fair. She does have the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I don't know, man. I don't know what I didn't fuck up, dude. So what we should do is change this whole segment to "What did you fuck up this week?"
Yeah, that's no fun.
That's so much.
You gotta have a one success story for the week. Just one.
Oh shit, man! I don't fucking know.
All right, Mr. Butchie. Go ahead.
Wow.
What didn't
Cool.
you fuck up?
Move on.
I gotta keep this show rolling, man. We're in time.
Well, I'm in the middle
schedule.
of thought here. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, then I'll come back to you. You keep thinking.
I haven't quit my new job yet, so there's that.
There's that.
Oh, I've talked about it every day, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
it came close every day, but I haven't done it yet.
Oh, Tammy's throwing it out there. They took all day to make.
You've got time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Chris says, I didn't fuck up anything this week. However, he did not work at Greenport this week, certain agency. So good for you guys.
Way to backpedal on that one.
You're right.
Yeah, but he hasn't worked with my partner in a while, so I'm sure I could point a few things out to him if he worked with me. So,
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
shots fired.
Shots fired. Cross the bow.
I know what I didn't fuck up.
What didn't you fuck up?
I didn't make any spontaneous frivolous purchases this week.
Didn't you buy a gun?
That was last week.
That was
That
last
was last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it was last week. We talked about it last week's podcast about how he wanted to buy an air fryer, and I said, you know, if you not got the gun, but an air fryer.
To be fair, it came in this week. So
Yeah, but
Hey,
you bought it
that's-
last week.
That's all that matters.
I made the frivolous purchases this week,
Hey, someone's got to.
being shipped to him. So
Yep.
that's true.
I heard all about those. Butterfly sugar cookies with frosting.
And
Okay.
little like sequins and stuff. Those little
Okay,
beads
so
that you can eat.
there were sprinkles on them?
Sprinkles and these little beads that you can eat. These little candy.
Okay,
like,
see, now you did fuck up. You ate all the goddamn sprinkles.
I didn't
so-
eat them all, man. There's like still like fucking 7 in there.
Okay, how many?
I had a couple.
A couple beers goes a long way, you know. When I have
So
a,
it's-
when I
yeah,
have a
how-
couple
is it-
Oreos, it's like 3/4 of both sleeves.
There's multiple
So-
sleeves.
So
wait, sleeves?
Sleeves.
yeah, you know, it's,
I thought it was a single serving package. Anyway, no, dude, it was fucking. It was. So, it was a sandwich bag full of, or a freezer bag full of these cookies.
Note the
The
key
last
word in
time I
the
s-
sentence was.
Last time I saw them was she's coming home from Easter stuff, and these were leftovers. I didn't even know. I was like, whatever. I didn't
hold
even
on.
pay attention.
She's angry that you ate leftover frozen
up.
homemade cookies. Yeah, okay, I'm on your side again. Those
she
are
tucked them-
free game.
She tucked them way in the back of the freezer,
That
So
should
they
be your
look-
first clue.
so they look hidden. And I'm in there getting dinner one day, and nobody told me they were in there. And all of a sudden, I see these cookies. I'm like, oh, damn!
Wait,
I
wait.
didn't realize we had some left over. I'm gonna have a couple.
So nobody told you they were in there. How many people you live with?
Just me and her.
Nice catch. So
The point is if I was told that they were in there and it was there for a special reason and don't touch them, I wouldn't have touched them. But
didn't touch him.
you know me, I go, hey, look, cookies.
I mean,
The promo brain took over. Cookies.
I would have done the same damn thing.
Cookies.
Yeah.
So I have to offer one up for the you didn't fuck it up segment this week. I didn't last week, but I had a very interesting event happen today, and I have to shout out to my pacemaker, which did not fuck up today.
Ooh.
So I went outside.
Wait, that's not the same as you not fucking up.
It's close enough. All right,
No, that's a mechanical thing, man. That's
Dude.
like,
dude,
nah,
just get
nah,
catch this.
nah.
All right,
Did you try to cut your finger off again?
nope.
Okay.
So, get this. I go outside. It's like, I don't know, 75 degrees out, whatever. And do some yard work. Feeling fine.
Uh-huh.
Went out there for like 5 hours today. Again, ate breakfast, ate lunch, ate a snack while I was out there with the wife and the boys. Feeling great.
Yeah.
come inside, start working on the computer. I'm watching the baseball game on the screen. I go and I move the mouse. All of a sudden, my right hand is completely numb, tingling, and cooling. Like I can feel it cooling off.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Next thing I know, this hand, the left hand, starts doing the same goddamn thing. Then I immediately get dizzy. World starts to spin. I get nauseous, and I'm like, I'm going to fucking pass out. Like, I can feel myself about to pass out. And then I feel my pacemaker kick on, and my throat gets that, like, frog lump.
Off, yeah.
And I'm like, my pacemaker's fucking going off. It's going off. It's going off. I'm sitting here right in this goddamn chair, and it must have went off for God knows how long. And I'm like, I should probably have someone that's not 9 around. My wife's still outside. I tell my oldest, hey, go outside, go get your mom, tell her to come inside, whatever. He brings me some food. I take some sugar just in case because, you know, I don't know. And I never passed out. I never lost consciousness. I, went through the whole thing. Eventually, pacemaker stopped. Hands came back to normal. I was super pale. Like when Jess came in, she's like, oh my God, you are white. Like you're white, but now you're really, really white. And eventually color came back, all that good jazz. I'm wondering how far of a point drop did my heart rate take? Because typically, like my pacemaker's set to go off at anything under 50. But never does it like go from like 60 to 20. There's always a gradual drop. I don't think there was a gradual drop in this one. So I upload it to the cardiologist. I'm sure I'll be having a meeting with them because I'll be like, yo, what was my heart rate yesterday?
Right.
So, yeah, for the first time in going on 2 years in September, I probably used my ventricular lead, which I've never done before, but I'm just throwing it out there. I probably used it today. And yeah, like that was the first time I've ever felt like that. And damn thing did its job. I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. So yeah, I'm twisting the rules. I'm giving it to the pacemaker. Didn't fuck its job.
So real quick. So what didn't you fuck up?
I didn't fuck up passing out today. That's what I didn't fuck up. Because damn Skippy, I got a $65,000 computer in my chest. So boom.
Boom.
So that anything else to add to you guys? Let's see. Just checking chat here. Nothing really going on in the chat. I highly appreciate everybody for joining us for the last 2 hours. Again, we will see you guys on Friday, May 5th. That'll be the next day. There is no live stream next week. So if you come here, you'll be staring at a bunch of nothing. So
you could always go to Discord.
You could always go to Discord. That is a great shameless plug. It's in the description of the video you guys are watching now. There's always the memes you put up today were quite funny. But yeah, there's always something happening on Discord, and we are trying to build that community on Discord. So thank you for everybody who is joining. Again, become Patreons, get that podcast, and check out the podcast on the CME network and earn credit for listening to our madness. So that is that, guys. Till next time, Gerard. Lead us out, sir.
Make her type it.
Make who type it? Your
Isn't
wife?
she still in chat? Yeah.
Oh. I don't know if she's still on or not.
She should be.
She should be. I don't know. I don't ask these questions. Shit. Anywho, I'll take it over.
There you go. Oh, this will be a first. Nice. Perfect.